and welcome to the Performer's Guide. Get your act together, 21-day personal challenge. We are on day 10. Ooh, we're almost halfway there, actually. That's exciting. So today we are working on our Wheel of Life. If you have been my client for any amount of time, you have probably done the Wheel of Life with me, be it in a group coaching class, be it as a private client. I also have it pinned in the group and available to do on your own time. So if you haven't done this activity with me, this is a very exciting activity. This is one of my favorite. We're actually coming up on this module, and the next module are my favorite two modules in this program, and I use them all the time in my personal life. I use them with my clients, and I highly recommend to do this again multiple times a year. It's nice to check in with yourself. How am I doing? How is my life going? Am I on track? How are my goals? And you'll know when it's time to do this module because something will probably go wrong. You'll have a job shift. You'll have a financial shift. You'll maybe be moving. Something big will happen where you'll feel like, okay, I need to check in with myself and see where I'm at, what I've accomplished, what I need to focus on, and what in my life is holding me back from achieving my goals. So what the Wheel of Life is it's a worksheet that I have. It's pinned to the bottom of the post, and it is a diagram. It is a circle that is shaped like a pie. It's a pie chart. Okay? And in that, we are going to categorize each section of our pie. So what I want you to do is pull out a piece of paper, pull out a notebook, and you're going to use two different pages. First one, you're going to draw a big circle on it, and then you're going to draw up and down, left and right, diagonal, like you're cutting a pizza. Those are the areas of your life. It's easy to feel like, oh, I need to get my life together as one big unit. But it's like, okay, what parts of my life do I need to get together? And the other thing to consider is that as a sole proprietor, my life and my business are very intertwined. And even if you have a general partnership or just any business owner, really, but specifically sole proprietor, even in the government's eyes, there's no difference between a business and the person. So when we do the Wheel of Life, you can do any categories, but the way I have it structured is to utilize categories in both our personal development and our business development in a holistic sense so that we can really get an idea of where our holes are in our current skills and our current development, where we want to set new goals, and potentially where there's areas for building a team, for people to help us achieving these goals. Okay? So we've got the pie, you've drawn your slices. Now it's time to categorize each pie slice. Okay? So I have them categorized based on the way that I've developed the Performer's Guide, but you are welcome to change up the categories in any way that you feel might be more beneficial to your goals in your business and your life right now. Okay? So the first one we have is personal development. So you're going to just write that at the top of one of the pie slices. And then we've got financial literacy, or finances. Then we've got business, our business acumen. Next, we have personal branding, or business branding, just branding in general. Then we have our marketing, sales, products and services, and then if you're a performer specifically, our performing and touring category. And then if you're not a performer, you can utilize this last one for anything specific to your niche, or maybe as you're going along this process, you might think of a different category that you might want to use. Okay? So now we've got our pie chart. we are going to now set that to the side and grab a new piece of paper, and we're going to start to deep dive into each category section. So first we'll start with personal development, finances, business, and so on and so forth. And so the goal is I'm going to give you different topics, suggestions for areas of interest that you might want to do, might need to do, and you can take the opportunity to say, yes, I've done that, I'm good to go, I'm feeling good about that, or no, I don't even know what that is, I haven't taken any steps towards it, I need to work on that, okay? So we've got the steps, I've already taken steps towards that, and then I'm good to go, don't need help on one side. Then the other side is going to be our areas of focus, of things that are important, of okay, I need to set goals towards that, okay? So you're going to have your category, you're going to put personal development, and then you're going to draw a line down the center of the paper. And then I'm going to give you categories, and you're just going to put it on one side or the other of the line, depending on where you're at and how you feel with it. So first we have our personal development. How are you feeling with your mindfulness? How is your mindset? How is your mood? How is your awareness of others? How's your mindset? Do you meditate? Do you take time for mindfulness? Or do you feel like you are just blowing through the day? The next is personal empowerment. How empowered do you feel? Do you feel like empowered, you're a fuck yes, going through the day, or do you feel disempowered in some way? And so if you're feeling disempowered, we're going to try to tap into that and figure out, what steps we can do to empower you. Then we've got our goal setting. How do you feel about your goals right now? Do you feel like you know what they are? Have you set them? Are you achieving them? Are there specific goals that you have that maybe you want to map out? Let's list those out right now so we can just sort of get them off the top of your head. And then tomorrow we're going to deep dive more into goal setting and then taking all of these and turning them into goals as well. So just go ahead and list down any goals that you might want to focus on in this side over here. And then how's your time management? Are you showing up to things on time? Are you showing up late? Are you double booking yourself? Are you missing things? Are you showing up rushed and hurried? Do you feel like you're constantly catching up on yourself? Or are you showing up on time? Are you feeling like you have spaciousness? Are you feeling like you're often waiting for other people? We're going to talk more about time management skills next week. And so if you struggle with time management, go ahead and put that over here, and then we'll talk more about that. The next is task management. So time management is the ability to show up on time. Task management is the ability to complete a task in a timely manner by its deadline, and it's a finished product. Or are you constantly pushing off your goals over and over and over to a way where you're just actually very stagnant? Or are you missing deadlines, and perhaps that's looking bad upon your work environment if you're missing deadlines and such. So how's your task management? Again, we're going to go over time and task management next week's videos, but if you're struggling with that, put it over here, and then we're going to elaborate on that and make more goals. How is your organization? Is your house organized? Is your life organized? Is your Dropbox organized? Or your documents organized? Where in your life are you disorganized? We're going to put that over here so we can start to systematically check off all of the areas of disorganization and then organize them all. The next we have is habit tracking. We're working on that now. We're going to check in about our habits at the end of this session. So just let me know how you're feeling about your habits. Then we've got our health and fitness. Are there any health and fitness goals you have? Do you want to start training again? Trying to get your splits? Are you trying to take classes? What are your health and fitness goals? We're going to start to list those out here. And then any personal relationship goals. This could be like a romantic relationship. This could be business relationships. This could be business partnerships, potential clients. We're going to start to list out important relationships that we want to develop over the course of the year. Okay, so that's section 1. That's our personal development. And so we're going to take some time and map out those sections and just let me know how you're feeling about all those. Then we've got our financials. So do you know your financial freedom numbers? Do you even know what financial freedom numbers are? If you don't, put it over here. We'll talk about it. Do you know what your day rate is? Do you know how much money you need to earn to sustain your business? If not, we'll do some math and work on that. Do you know how to justify your rates? Do you feel like your rates are justifiable, or is there more work that can be done to build up that back end so that your rates are justified and that people aren't haggling at you on the price, just their ability to pay it? How's your budgeting? Do you have a budget? Do you adhere to a budget? Do you use any type of budgeting software? Let's start to get our budgets going this year. Do you have a bank account? Some of my clients come to me and they don't have bank accounts. They don't even have personal bank accounts. So if we're trying to create financial freedom, financial independence, one step is starting to have bank accounts, streams of income, channels for the streams of income to flow. And so we're going to start to create these financial channels through different banking services. Do you have a savings account? Do you have a debit account? Do you have a business bank account? Do you have debt? Are you monitoring your debt? Is that something we need to take care of? Do you know your credit score? Do you have any investments? Is there any type of investing that you're looking to do over the next year to 5 years? Okay, then we have our business. So here's some business goals. Do you have a business name? Are you struggling with your business name? If you are, we'll put it on the list. We'll work on it. Do you know your business location? Is your business, have you filed your business paperwork yet? And if you haven't, then choosing your business location is going to be a beneficial thing to do. Do you know the business category? Do you know your business structure? So the business category is like, we're in the entertainment industry, and all of the industries have codes. And by knowing the specific code, you can get better grants and look for different pools of money, and then also it changes your tax structure as well. And then your business structure is, are you a sole proprietor? Are you business partnership? Are you going to do a nonprofit organization? What's the structure of the business? And then have you filed the actual paperwork to legitimize all the things above? Do you have a business model? Do you have a business plan? Do you know the difference? Do you have business partners? Are there partners that you're looking to either become formally partnered with or want to get strategic partnerships with? We're going to start to list those out. And then those also should probably be put into the personal relationships, right, of people we want to build deeper relationships with. Then we've got funding. Does your business need funding? If so, how much? And then do you want to file as a nonprofit organization? It's kind of its own beast. So if you want to do that and you need help doing that, we're going to put that on the list. Okay, so now we're going to go into branding. Do you have a brand name, which can be different than the business name? So for instance, I have the Performer's Guide, that's the business name, but this program, Get Your Act Together, that's a brand. It's branded in its own way. All of the programs are their own individual brands. And then you might have other brands too, separate. So what are those brands? And then do those brands have colors, fonts, emblems, logos? Colors, fonts, emblems, logos. That's going to be your color palette. It's going to be your branding palette. So do you know what your brand palette is? And if not, we will work on that. Then you've got your personal branding. Is your personal branding on point? Or do you feel like your personal branding is mix matching with your perceived idealized version of yourself? And what steps do we need to take to get you to that idealized version? Does your brand have digital branding? So like your banners, profiles, the information, the header information on all of your social medias. Does that look professional? Is it up to date? Is it saying the correct information? Are you giving too much information, not enough information? So it's time to like look through your banners and your social media and see what needs some work there. Do you have a brand strategy? Like, what is the purpose of your brand and your brand's voice and the strategy of how your brand operates? Or do we need to work on creating that? And then do you know what your brand's themes are? Do you just post like anything all the time, willy-nilly, super random? Or does your brand have themes of which you stick in that is part of your voice and the strategy? So if you're willy-nilly poster, we're going to put that one in the in the to-do list of solidifying your brand themes. Okay, so now we're going to go into our marketing. Do you do website marketing or need help with it? What about your social media marketing? Do you have a strategy there? Email marketing? Is this the year you want to start doing a newsletter or some sort of email campaign? How about advertising? Networking? Do you have any networking events that you want to go to this year, or any specific types of people that you want to network with? And then publicity. Do you have any avenues that you would like to get publicized? We're going to list those out. News articles, newspapers, magazines, whatever it is. We're going to write that down. Do you have a target market list? Not just in your head. Is it written down? If not, we're going to create one. Do you have your spheres of influence? Do you know what your spheres of influence is? Do you know what the difference between the sphere of influence and your target market? If not, we'll deep dive on that. Do you have all of your marketing materials? Both physical marketing materials, digital marketing materials, your press kit, proposals, one sheets, resumes. There's a lot of different ways that we can be presenting ourselves. You have these marketing materials on hand. And do you have a marketing strategy? Do you have a marketing strategy? Or you just randomly post and pray? Okay, so then we have sales. Do you have sales channels? Do you have ways for people to purchase your services? Oftentimes I go to websites, or when I talk to people, they don't even have a way for a client to make a sale from them without a tedious back and forth. And so we want to try to limit that. And do you have sales channels open and ready for sales? Are you doing lead generation? Do you know how to generate leads? Do you know how to get people contacting you for gigs? Do you have a sales pitch, some sort of sales script or sort of formula that you go through when you make a sale, or do you just randomly go into a conversation with no direction? Do you know how to close a sale and negotiate? Do you know how to take no for an answer? Do you know how to turn a no into a yes and close the sale? Do you know how to repeat a sale with consistency? If not, we're going to start to focus on that, start to get ways where we can create consistent sales with less effort. And then, do you have a CRM system, a customer relationship management system? It doesn't have to be an actual like app or system, but do you have a formula or a way that you maintain relationships with your customers? And what is that? And if you don't, we're going to start to build out strategy. Okay, then we have products and services. So what are your product names? Do you know what they are? Do you know what the prices of those products are? Do you have a price sheet with all of the products and all of the prices? Does each product have a description? Does each product have an image? If you don't have these things, we're going to start to put them on the list, and you might have one or some of that. We want to have a well-rounded product description sheet, price, all of it, so that we just can get it off our brain onto the sheet and we can better explain it to our clients. And then, does each product page have a call to action? Does it have a way to actually physically make a purchase for each product? And then the last one is the performing aspect. And so if you're not a performer, this is where you would create your own section for whatever worked for your business that might make sense. But for performing, do you have roaming acts? Do you have your roaming acts available? Do you know what your roaming acts are? Do you have stage acts? And if not, which acts do you want to make? Which acts just need updating? Maybe you need to get your press materials for some acts. We're going to start to think about that. Do you have your target market list for going on tour? So you might have your local target market list. Do you have your touring target market list? It could be different. And do you know how to create an event budget and a tour budget? Do you know how to do budgeting for an event so that when you're creating a proposal, you're in the black and you're not running into the red on your proposals? Do you have performing contracts? Do you have performers insurance? Do you have costumes? Are there new costumes that you need to get? Is there new props you need to get? Is there new makeup, hair accessories, shoes? Are there anything, any parts of your costuming that need updating, upgrading? Okay. So now we've got all those sections. We've got each one mapped out on paper. So now we're going to reflect back. We're going to go back to the top and we're going to say, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how am I feeling about how well I have that section together? 1, like if you very little colored means you feel like you have a lot of improvement. You barely getting started on this section. Maybe you haven't even thought about it. And then all the way up to 10 being killing it. Don't need any help. I could be teaching a lesson on this subject and we don't need to focus on it at all. So I'm doing great over here. And so usually people are somewhere in between those. And ideally, we're never fully at a 10, right? Because we can always learn and grow. But maybe you are at a 10 somewhere. So you're going to look through each section, give yourself, this is a self-reflection, there's no right or wrong, give it a numerical quantification, 1 to 10. How well do I have this together? And then you're going to color in your pie section with the same category up to that number. Doop, doop, doop. So if it's very little, it's a 1. And if you color it all the way up, you're feeling more confident about it. Then what you're going to do is you're going to look at it once they're all colored, and it's going to be lumpy. It's you know, some are going to be really high out, some are going to be low. And you're going to look at it and think, okay, what's the area of importance for my life? There's going to be one area that's going to sort of be overarchingly low, you know, or a couple of them. And you're going to go, yep, that's why I keep getting hung up. You know, maybe it's a cash flow issue. You don't have enough money to do your business. Maybe it's a mindset. Maybe you're having literal mental and emotional breakdowns. Maybe it's a housing situation and you're just like constantly moving, feeling ungrounded, this or that. Maybe you're having partner issues, you know, and you're like, okay, I need to get a new business partner or change industries in some way. So this is really going to give you direction. You're going to have now 2 full lists that one, are you feeling confident? And then this other list that are areas of interest, areas of improvement that we can now tomorrow start to set deeper goals on them. And so what we do is we're going to take the list and you're going to type it out now and create a to-do list. And you're going to put them in order of importance. So if you're looking at it and you're like, okay, I need to get my finances together first, but then like branding, I'm feeling good about that. So that's like down here. So you're going to put all the categories in their own order of importance. And then tomorrow we are going to make SMART goals with each one. And so let's say a goal is I need a logo. You put that on there. You're like, okay, let's make a SMART goal about it. When? How many? Who's doing it? What are the parameters of said area of interest? Okay. And then I will add a spreadsheet along with the printable worksheet that is going to allow you to put in your Wheel of Life habits into a habit tracker of its own, into its own to-do list that I'm creating that will be in the second tab of the habit tracker. So tab 1 is the habit tracker and tab 2 will be our goals. And so we're going to take everything we've written onto the Wheel of Life on our notebook, and we are going to insert them into our goal habit tracker on our sheet. I love this activity. It really does a lot for me because it just leads right into creating to-do lists. It leads right into creating goals. It really just helps clarify for me on what I need to take action steps on, and really also just helps me expand my mind on things I need to do. Because I think sometimes when people make to-do lists, it's just based off of things that sort of pop up and are put onto the to-do list without really taking a sort of step back and perspective look of our life and going, okay, what else do I need to just kind of tidy up so that when we're going on tour, when we're focusing on performing, we have all of these other base level parts of our business and our life handled. Yes? Okay. So I really hope you enjoyed this activity. Again, you're going to have your wheel, and then you're going to have your list. And you should have a list of all of your goals and your action steps. And tomorrow we're going to take that and turn them into SMART goals. I hope you have a wonderful day. Again, this is day 10 of Get Your Act Together 21-day personal challenge. My name is Kristen Railing, and I appreciate you all. Thanks.